Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to Mufc Realist TV. Mick Ruby here to cover the live press conference. Erik ten Hag is facing the media against Burnley that we're playing tomorrow. And big up to all of you that's tuning in. We are 15 minutes away from the press conference, and I cannot wait to see Samuel Lockhurst asking those gossip question, what's going on in the dressing room, because there were some reports coming out again, and Samuel Lockhurst, who else is done it again? You know, what's going on in the dressing room? He must have some credible sources, like he must be a fly on that wall, like a super fly, sitting there and listening in to all the gash and the gossips coming out. But anyway, we're not here to talk about the gossip that comes out. We're here to talk about footballing matters, and we are definitely interested to hear what Ten Hag has to say against Burnley tomorrow, because we are facing a very difficult game. 100% we're going to Turf Moor. That's not an easy ground to go and play, but barring that, we are coming back with a little bit of a run of form with some players coming back from injuries. It's going to be interesting to hear if the journalists are asking the proper question, who is coming back to the squad to reinforce. And will it be Sophie and Amrabat? Will it be a Varane? Will Mason Mount feature? Will he play on the wing? Those kind of questions is what I personally want to hear as well, guys. But as per tradition, since it's been like, diabolical off the pitch incidents, I bet you the journalist is going to pretty much focus on the gossip questions. And since we're talking about the gossips, I did a video earlier today as well to say, look, it's clear and obvious those players, they're not getting the playing time, that are kind of leaking out the informations to the Manchester United Evening Post and all that stuff. Are they out to get the manager out the door? If you're not good enough, you're sitting on the bench, you're going to complain. It's normal practice. People does that in any job situation, but this is like a code of conduct. This is dismissal according to employment law, according to my opinion. You don't speak bad about your employment, otherwise you risk, losing your job. So it'll be interesting to see how we nip this in the bud. So good afternoon, everyone, or good morning or good evening, wherever you are from. How you all doing? I can see RJ is in the house is saying big up to you, RJ, as well. Are you excited, RJ? Listen, big up. Jarle Malmin is also here saying, Mr. Lockhurst, Mr. Negativity himself. When Kantar takes over, he's banned from United for sure. Dude, it's been like such a PR circus within at least for the past 6 years in that, PR conference room. And I keep saying, I'm glad to see that they're inviting fan channels to ask proper questions. Like we're talking about Flex, we're talking about, Adam Matic or from United Stand and all that stuff. They're asking proper fan questions, right? Some journalists are there just to extract, the gossip that sells, and it's sad to see how it's hurting the club. And we've seen this so many times before the campaign has started, you typically get fed by the gravy train, the players that are not, supposed to be there, that players that Ten Hag want to get rid of. And it seems to me like it's kind of a little bit of a sabotage that, Ten Hag wanted to get rid of certain players like Maguire, Scott McTominay's, and all them fringe players, Jadon Sancho, etc. But the board said no. And you start to think, why are they doing that? Are they doing that deliberately to have them as moles to leak out stories to the press? It's a little bit suspicious, in my opinion, because we've seen this year in, year out. It's the 2-year, 18 months manager cycle. They give a little bit the first year, everyone gets excited. Second year, they close the tap. And then you see all these leaks coming out from the dressing room. Last year was Cristiano Ronaldo that went out to cry to Piers Morgan. He handled that very, very astute. So all I can think about is, Erik ten Hag, please, have a little bit more grit, weather out the storm, and, get rid of that toxic environment that is in the dressing room. That is not acceptable. And players should stand behind the manager. I remember an article about approximately 10 months ago. I'm trying to find that article where he was saying that if this time around, when it comes to this, the players will be behind Eric Ten Hag, the manager himself. So big up to all of you that is tuning in, loyal Manchester United fans all around the world. Satwan Singh is saying his glaze is out. 100%. James Hunt is saying, "Hi, Mick. Hope you're well." I'm doing fantastic, James. We're playing football tomorrow. It's Friday. It is TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. So I'm really looking forward for Turf Moor tomorrow. It's a late game, 8 p.m. That means that the players will be a little bit rested. I'm excited to hear this press conference, James, to understand if the journalists are going to ask the proper footballing questions, regarding team news and give a little bit of a hint who might be starting, to be honest. So big up to you, mate. Big up to you. Hope you're doing well as well. Barman, what you saying? Locker sticks his shit ahead in British press. Listen, there is a YouTube algorithm, but I can read. Everyone can read what Barman is saying. I'm not going to shout it out loud. Yale, what you saying? There's sadly 2 nails in the coffin of Ten Hag at United. Let's hope we do not see any more bad stuff. 100%. I agree with you, Yale. It's been too sad like this. We need a little bit of a more positivity. We need a little bit more. We need to infuse a little bit more positivity, and the only thing that could do that is a win against Burnley. That we absolutely smashed them off the park. Once we're finished with Turf More, we will say Turf No More, if you know what I mean, my friend. It could sadly be start of the end, 100%, my friend. What are you up to? Good morning, Luan France, all the way from Canada. How you doing, Luan? Yeah, sorry. Yeah. I got your message yesterday. You missed the stream yesterday, but I hope you had a good viewing yesterday. And I actually saw you in the moderating Flying Pig United. So big up to you, Luan. How are you doing? What you drinking, Luan? It must be early morning for you. I'm having espresso as per usual. Kenny Fan TV, good morning or good afternoon or good evening, Kenny, all the way from Sydney, Australia, saying softest and weakest mentality squad I have ever seen as United fan. Kenny, we've seen this for 6 years, and Ten Hag is trying to get rid of the bad apples, to be honest. It was already been there, implemented. It's like the fifth colony. They be molded in, and Glazers don't want to sell them. So I kind of get a little bit suspicious that they're doing this deliberately, like to have players in there that are toxic, they will leak to the press, and they will sack the manager. Maybe it's a conspiracy. I'm not sure, but it certainly smells a little bit like a rotten fish or rotten tomatoes, if you know what I mean. Yeah, Barman, you say you love my take. They can hate us against us, but they cannot ignore us. 100%, Barman. Whatever they say, love them, hate them, adore them, but never ignore them. That's Manchester United for them. We are the biggest club in the world. We haven't won a Champions League trophy for 10 years. We haven't won a Premier League title for 10 years, but we're still the most written about club in the world. That's got to be something, right? That's got to be something. Yeah, of course. And then you have the VR biased. Big up, I was on Alice Talk Football yesterday, and we talked about this VAR ruling decision, and she absolutely did a video about it, and she proved the point that ever since that Onana incident, and ever since that we've been giving a penalty or a dubious decision against us, media will not shut up about it. They will go for 1 week, and they will absolutely influence the refs and the VR and the FA Association. So it's not biased at all, to be honest, right? We haven't been getting that favoritism VAR decisions against us. Anyway, Kenny, what you saying? Ronaldo was absolutely right about the higher hierarchy, 100%. And even Ole Gunnar Solskjaer came out and outed them out as well. So we are 5 minutes out the press conference. I got my MUFC Realist app, not Realist app, but MUF TV app as well. So let's see if this is going to work as well. What is the schedule today? Apparently, it's going to start 1:45 UK time. It is, what is it now? Well, we're about 5 minutes away, people, as well. But anyway, yeah, 100% wrong about Ten Hag. I agree what you say, my friend. Barman, what you're saying there as well. We have to vaccinate our new players against these players like pest. Smashing. I really love that comment, my friend. Stephanie Griffith in the house as well, in the VR room, saying Ten Hag needs to go to the front foot with this gutter press. Ten Hag needs to call the club's bluff. They're in to leave. We won't need a plumber. We need a pest control. Big up, Mick and chat. 100%. I've been calling out, like, whoever lives in the greater Manchester United, pick up the yellow pages, whatever, find the best contractor to fix those leaks, or call the pest control. What you saying, Stephanie Griffith? Big up to you. Luan, what you saying? I'm having a red eye. Yeah, brewed coffee with double shot espresso. I know exactly what red eye is. You're talking to a coffee connoisseur. Like I got this Melita coffee, barista coffee machine. It's got 200 recipes, and I know exactly what red eye is. I have it in the morning as well. Definitely sends like endorphins into my body. Like I kind of wake up as well. So big up to you, Luan, as well. James Hunter is here as well in the VR room saying Glazers need to leave the club and stop raping it. Oh, did I say that? YouTube algorithm, beep, then United will return back to the great times. Yeah, James, 100% agree with you. The only way forward is to get rid of the current establishment, the owners. If the Glazers are still here for 10 years, we will not win at all, at all. Seems like they don't want us to win, to be honest. Like, they're just happy for us to get into top four, get a little bit more money, spend a little bit on a new manager, spend a little bit of this and that. But as long as they make top four, they're happy because that favors them. They get more money in the bank. We've spoken about this so many times, but if the Glazers were such astute business owners, if they just invested in the right players, in the backing the manager and everything, they would make so much more money by being in top four, like winning the league, winning Champions League. But hey, they don't understand. They just understand banks and Benjamins. How many Benjamins they have in the bank account. Simon Heron, big up to you. Spray Maguire, McTominay, and Sancho with strong pesticides. Never do I wish any bad on any player, but I get your point, Simon. Big up to you. How you doing? Ellie Antenna is also in the house as well, in the VR room. Peter, how you doing? Hi, Mick and chat. How are you doing, Peter? Listen, we are what are we? Let's see. 2 minutes away. It might be a delay. I'm just going to play the audio here since I have the app. I checked it. It's not copyrighted as long as I don't play the video, and I can talk in between as well. So, only I have 5 likes, 5 degrees here. It's freezing cold. People are at work, Stephanie. I don't expect people to come in every time we have a stream. At least we're offering the platform and services to discuss this live opportunity. Nobody's doing it. I'm the first to do that, to cover this live. Usually people do this aftermath kind of thing to discuss what Ten Hag said. But I want us to do this together to sort of understand and listen to what the Ten Hag has to say and what questions the established press corps mainstream media is saying. Big up Jeff Steele all the way from Australia. Hey, long time no see, Jeffy. How you doing, my friend? Aussie. Collingwood has just won through the grand final. Oh my God, congratulations for the Collingwood Magpies. Big up for Collingwood, mate. If you don't know what Aussie rules are, check it out. It's a mad sport. I used to be addicted to it, Jeffy, but since I moved over to Sweden, to Europe, I kind of lost track of the Aussie rules, to be honest. Sim is saying here, Rashford stinks as well. I don't know. I haven't stood next to him, to be honest. I don't know what kind of perfume he wears, but I get your point, my friend. Simon Heron is saying, I like Stephanie, 100%. Guys, smash the like on the video. I'm changing my prediction now for North London Derby to game to 3-3. Yeah, Arsenal versus Spurs. Ange Postecoglou. And Ange is doing great things. Who would have thought that? I come from the London Dunder. Ange is doing some madness over there as well. Jeffy Steele, 6 likes. People just have done it 100%. By the end of the stream, if we get up to 50 or 100 likes, depends on how many people we are in here. Let me see if this press conference has started. It hasn't really started as of yet. According to the app, it's about time right now, but nothing as of yet, people. Are they deliberately doing this undeliberately, delaying it? I don't know, but it's about to happen right now. It is 1:45. I don't see anything on the app at this moment. It will be probably kicking within a minute or so. So what do you reckon? Do you think that Varane will start? Will he be available? Do you reckon Sophie and Amrabat will start as well? Let me know in the comments if you have the coverage as well. Simon Heron, what are you saying? Looking forward for the match tomorrow night. 100% me too. We need a little bit of positivity. We need a win to turn the tide, to turn the positivity back to the global fan base, to silence the media as well. I don't see if I have. Pulisic might start as well. I can see you, like, Sim as well. Yeah, delaying like the Glazers, 100%. It's been delayed. I don't see it's kicking off live as well. Alien Tenno is saying Knives is out for Tenhag. I can see you in the chat room, mate. I am definitely looking forward to comment what the press is saying, what Simon Stone is going to ask, Lockus is going to ask as well. And based on what they're saying, what Ten Hag is saying, we can kind of get a little bit of a hint who's going to start tomorrow, who's going to travel. Amrabat has to start. McTominay and Ericsson offer nothing in defense. Well, it depends on, my friend. We just came off the back of Munich. So let's see if we have some tire legs, if we can do a little bit of fresh rotation. But if Amrabat starts, I bet he will probably come off the bench, to be honest. Stephanie Griffith, what are you saying? Simon Heron, all good. Thanks, buddy. Pub nights tonight, 100%. Whatever that ticks your feathers. Friday night. Pub nights is always good. It's up to players to put a shift in tomorrow night. We see who is who. 100% not done tooling, not as of yet. What's going on here? We're 47 past and no update here, guys. Let me know if you have any coverage. I certainly don't have it on my app. What a sucky app here. They are saying, like, the press conference should be starting at 1:45 UK time and nothing. Are they doing this deliberately to delay it? God, what a shocker. Varane to start, Amrabat to be on the bench. Mount is weak. I think we see English journals will ask about Slabhead as well. Big up Mark coming up with an uppercut with a super chat. Thanks for the support, my friend. Love you. Love
Here we go again.
Mark N, Mufc fan, Trinidad and Tobago super chatted $2.72. It's high time United reprimand the British-Protected.
100%, my friend. It's time that United reprimanded the British-Protected. 100%. I totally agree with you. What is going on with the TV schedule, Marky? Listen, Mark, I really appreciate everything that you're doing for the channel, Mark. I appreciate you in the Telegram community as well, contributing with your footballing knowledge and opinions. We have now going up live. It's live. Is it live? Wow, you must have a super app, because maybe I should just exit and just come back again and see if it works. Yes, it is live now. Yes, here we go.
Corporate in that matter. And so for player decision transfers, it's always 50-50. And both we have a veto, the club, represented by John Murdoch, and me. So there can never be any distraction.
No distraction. Good stuff.
Has there been any resolutions of Jadon Sancho's situation?
Oh, it's Jadon Sancho.
There are reports today that he could be allowed to leave as early as January. So what truth, what future does he still have in the football club?
Who's asking the question?
It depends on him. And for the rest, we are preparing Burnley, and there's all our focus. And he will not be in the squad.
Why are you asking about Sancho when they're preparing for Burnley?
With regard then to availability this weekend, how likely are you to get players back? I'm thinking Varane, Mount, Amrabat, Melissa, Maguire could possibly be the closest to return.
Here we go.
Yeah, maybe, as you say, Harry Maguire, but we will see when we have the training. But Varane, he will train. We will see. Amrabat, he will train. We will see. And Mount as well. But all they didn't play. For short or longer term. Varane, obviously he was the shortest out.
Yeah.
Just on Onana, he said after the game against Bayern Munich that my
here we go
start
about
to
Onana
Manchester's
question.
not been good or how I want. The way I played today was one of my worst games. What's your view overall on the start he's made? And when a keeper feels like that, is it better to give him game time, more game time to play through it, or is it better to take him out of the firing line? It's about team. And as a team, we don't have the results in this moment. So and also individuals don't bring the performance you expect, and that not only one player, so there are more, and included the manager.
Yeah, including himself, the manager, he said.
What are you expecting from Burnley, Eric? Newly promoted, but
good question.
A win so far.
What do you expect from Burnley, he says?
As always, it's about how we play against Burnley. There's no any easy game, definitely not against Burnley. We know how intense they play football.
There's never an easy game in Premier League, to be honest.
Their approach, I must say, I like the approach from them, the adventure, and yeah, as I say, the high intensity and dynamic in their game. So yeah, we have to play our best.
100%. I agree.
Oh, yeah. Eric, just the defensive record, does it all start from that trying to
Mark
tighten
N,
up at the back?
Mufc fan, Trinidad
From the
and
back?
Tobago,
Yeah.
No.
just gifted 5
It's about
memberships.
11 players who do their job. And I said many times here in this place, I always tell my players, so we attack with 11, we defend with 11.
100%.
And so when 1 or 2 are not doing the job, and then it's like a pack of cards, so that is not only 1 or 2 plays.
Oh, what an
And
answer.
that's it for now. Don't forget to join us for Match Day Live.
What an
In
answer.
1
And that
hour,
was a short
5
one,
minutes.
to be honest. Like a big up Marky for gifting 5 membership. Guys, I want to summarize what Ten Hag said. It was a short and sweet, but there was some gash questions regarding, obviously you're going to get that as well. There was some questions regarding, obviously the gossip, the Vanity Fair, the Hollywood Insider story, and they had nipped it in the bud. What he was saying at the end, I really liked that answer, basically, what he said, like, we are 11 players, we defend as a team, we attack as a team. But if 2 or 3 players are not doing the job, we fold like a pack of cards, whatever he's saying. But I would just want to come back to say, big up Marky for gifting 5 membership. I want to see who became a member as well. Like, what am I missing out on? What am I missing out? Peter Juris was gifted a membership. Bride J was gifted a membership. Rebe Bakir also became a member. And Luan France also became a member. The big up, thank you, Mark, for gifting it. Give him a big hug in the VR room, guys. Massive, massive applause. Thank you so much. You're a legend, Mark. Thank you. So let's depack what he said in the interview. I want to hear from you guys as well. What was your take away from the answers and the questions, the Q&As? I mean, obviously he was asked about Jadon Sancho, and he said, well, what has this to do with playing Burnley away? So he nipped that in the bud as well. He didn't really address about the leaks. There was about Harry Maguire, but when he was spoken about the injured players, like, there was quite interesting signs that he said about Mason Mount is training, Amrabat is training, Varane is training, but Varane is the latest one of the injury squad that's returned back. So this gives us a little bit of a hint and indication that these players might be featured against Burnley. What else did it miss out on? Remind me. Honest to God, the rest was pretty much more of a gossip questions. What did we take away from this? Like, I want to see what you guys are saying as well. Hi, Mickey Jonathan Boy, what are you saying? Players have a mental block. They don't know they will get their wage. Yes, true. I mean, look at the Old Trafford staff this week. They have a meeting in while where issues are getting the wages. 100%, Jonathan, you absolutely nailed the one. They had a crisis meeting because staff at Carrington and Old Trafford, for instance, they don't really have any clue. Are they keeping their jobs? They haven't had any pre-sales talk, like, in terms of do I get a, salary increase? What's going on here? So it's been nothing communicated from the board down to the staff to the mailroom. So they don't know. And no wonder you get some, like, toxic environments and leaks coming out to the press. Woohoo. Mark Legend, big up Mark for gifting. What else did we get from this press conference? I lost my train of thought. Really, kind of an indication that we have to play our game. It's not, every Premier League game. It's not an easy game. Even if we play away from Turf Moor, even if they have some injured players, we're playing Vincent Company. I really liked his answer where he said, like, yeah, we have to stay compact as a team. We're 11 players on that pitch. We have to attack as a team. We defend as a team. Basically, that is the rules and principles of Erik ten Hag. So what we've seen in the past 3-4 games, at least, we haven't been like, attacking as a team or defending. There's been some few players jogging or not really ball watching. The clip that we saw the other day with Upamecano sprinting and Scott McTominay was just jogging. There was just a wildfire on Twitter. He was doing an audition for the intro of Baywatch, like, I'll be ready. And by the time he was ready, Upamecano was at a 6-yard box, man. So we definitely need to have a little bit of an engine. We need to have a little bit more energy. We need to. So I don't care. Like, they're probably going to play a low block at the end of the day. So how we need to go and play our game. We need to play on the front foot. We need to pin them back and just play football. play our way of style, like, you know. Onana will probably play a little bit higher off the pitch as a CDM, like, you know, spraying those balls, like, you know. Will we see Mason Mount feature on the right wing? Some suggestions might say so. Will you like to see a Pulisic giving a run of game again, like, you know, in the Premier League on the right wing? I want to hear from you guys. I want to hear from your opinion as well. If you can help me to summarize also what you heard, like, you know, it's like I was hearing here is from this, but if you have any other points, please contribute in the VR room as well. Sim, what you're saying here, Alien, same players have 5 managed to get rid of everyone who has been here for more than 4 years, 100%. It's not hard to bring up a calculator to figure out who those players are. But, you know, I don't like to be that person. I don't like to sort of point the fingers, to say who it is. You can use your imagination and figure out who is not playing football at the moment, who is sitting on the bench, and think that the person is better than everyone else. You know, if you want to prove yourself, like, you know, put a shift it, like, you know, prove it on the pitch, prove it on the training ground, and make sure that you are actually fit to wear the badge, to wear the shirt, like, you know. But from a HR perspective, that is actually breach of contract. You know, if you're leaking damaging information that could damage the club, you are in any work situation, you get fired for that. You get sacked, to be honest. Like, you know, top CPU on this game, stressful. Jamie, don't be stressed. We'll be good. Like and subscribe, people. Let's get up to 50. Are we lowering down the standards here, Simon? We usually go for 100, but listen, we are getting up to 50. That's good enough. The purpose was for us as a community, as a global community, to listen to this live and to dissect and to understand what kind of questions the press are asking, to be honest. Max Sideways, what you're saying, Simon Heron, last 2 performances has been nothing short of disgusting. Guys, barring what you heard here, who do you like? I want to hear from you in the VR room as well. Who do you think, based on what you heard here, who do you think will start tomorrow? Do you think Varane will start? Do you think that Amrabat will start, or Mason Mount will start, or do you think that will be on the bench? Do you see that we will see the same lineup that we started against Bayern Munich? Let me know in the VR room. You can all see each other in the VR room over there as well. Brilliant. Simon and Rush, it's game on, Mick. Yeah. What are you saying? It's game, Mick. On about, yes, try. Yeah, you're getting nervous about the game. I can understand. You know, so much is on stake for this, for the positivity, for the good vibes, in a certain sense, because, hey, we played, this is the game 6, right? We won 2 out of 5, and we need to win this. Because if you're looking ahead, we have kind of easy run of games, and I think it's about 5 home games in a row, almost, like, and it's nicely building up to the Manchester City derby that we're playing at home on the 27th of October. So yeah, it's so important that we get like Amrabat in, to understand what Ten Hag ball is about, what Manchester United cultures are about, the DNA, Mason Mount in, who else are we missing out there? Like, Kobe Maino and all that stuff. Just pretty perfect to the 27th when we actually facing Pep Guardiola at our home turf, guys, as well. Big up Smash Alike, people, if you haven't. Sorry. Where is Rashford? Yes. I've been Sancho, Maguire, McTominay. Yeah, well, they already been binned, right? Even the journalist was asking about it, and I don't know, he didn't really specifically ask about McTominay, but Ten Hag kind of gave a little bit of answer to silence, not to get those questions about, Maguire. So he's basically said, no, not about Maguire. He's injured. Yeah, he's injured. So anyway, Jamie, what you saying? Somebody help me make him understand what I'm about. Yes, please explain, Jamie. Jeff Steele, what you saying? It's bloody Burnley for fuck's financial fair play. We should be destroying them. We should. Jamie's stressed about his game, not tomorrow's watch. Guys, if you're playing fantasy Premier League football, if you're part of the Mufc Realist TV fantasy football, please don't forget to update your team, as we've been not playing for quite a while. So it's time to update that team selection as well. Don't forget to do that before, I think it's 6 p.m. UK time, or is it 7 p.m. UK time as well. Mount on right wing, what you saying, RJ? I certainly believe that Mount will play the right wing tomorrow. Or will he come off the bench? Will he start Pellistri as a right wing and sub him off for Mason Mount? One thing that we know about Ten Hag, that he don't throw them in like that, right? He likes to ease them in a little bit. Like, if they're coming back from injuries, he will definitely play them off the bench. They will be on the traveling squad, but most likely they will come in the second half. That's my gut feeling, to be honest. Sim, what you're saying, I want to see Garnacho, Pellistri, and Hannibal. Me too, my friend. I mean, that's back on the Bayern Munich game, to be honest. Like, when they came in, it was a totally different ball game. We were more resolute, we were more attacking, looked more dangerous, but as I was saying, on the pre-match before Bayern, my team selection was actually to put Rashford on the right, Police and Garnacho on the left, and have them to interchange with each other. You could just imagine, if you're a defender, in 1 minute you're defending on the left wing, you have a Garnacho running at you, ragged on you, right? And all of a sudden you have Rashford running at you, and they keep interchanging, with Rasmus Højlund in the middle, right? Rasmus Højlund, though, regarding that, big up for him getting his first goal with Manchester United. But listen, guys, it's too early. Players are getting used to Rasmus Højlund. It's all about finding that cohesion to understand each other's runs, understand each other's plays. I want to see partnerships forming right now. The season starts now. If we get in Amrabat tomorrow, for instance, we get a fit squad. The actual team that Ten Hag went out and bought haven't really played together as a team yet. So the season starts for me, according to my opinion, when everyone that Ten Hag bought is on that pitch. Of course, we haven't been able to play Ten Hag ball as of yet because of the injuries, but I'm looking damn positive, to be honest. I have to be positive looking at the injured players that are coming into the squad, but also being critical to the press and journalists, Garnacho, Højlund, Pellistri. Oh, that's a mouth. Whoa, that's youth right up front in the front line. Well, you might see that in the cup competition in Carabao Cup next week, RJ. You never know. Jeff Steele, what you say, mate? I can ask why Ahmad is not getting the chance to prove himself. Ahmad is injured, my friend. Would you love to see Ahmad, especially against Burnley? 100%. Is Ahmad back? I thought he was injured still. He's still coming back, right? Let us know in the VR. Anyone that's got inside information what's going on with Ahmad. He's been out ever since the preseason. Is he coming back with a knee injury? RJ, correct. Simon Heron, what you saying, mate? Jeff, Ahmad is injured. Yeah, true. He's injured. But anyone, Simon and Jeff, if you can kind of find out when he's coming back in certain sense. No worries. He's out until November. Yeah. Oh, God, we even had some worse news, guys, as well regarding Luke Shaw's injuries and Aaron Wan-Bissaka. It looks worse than it is, and they're most likely not to be able to feature until after the international break. So just put this horror show in your mind. I hate to be negative, but I'm also a realist. We currently only have 2 fit fullbacks available. That's Reguilon, and that is Diego Dalot. Then we don't have anyone else. Who can play in that position if we get an injury? Amrabat could certainly play as a right fullback for sure, but that's pointless because then you kind of missing out Amrabat as a CDM, right? Who else can play in the fullback situation if we do have a injury towards Reguilon as well? Well, he looks fit. He looks very good. So let's just hope, let's pray that footballing gods will be on our side. Just stay fit, people. And apparently we did appoint a new physio because we've been lacking a club doctor since February. But there was reports coming out that we did get a new head doctor, a head physio as well. So please do your voodoo, do your magic, guys, as well. Jamie Wayne, what you saying? I don't do Fantasy Premier League. Yeah, you don't know. I don't do either. I just joined up for fun. Yeah, 100%. Well, would Anthony come back? Nobody really knows. Jesus, I'm so tired of this. I'm really tired of this because we have another big case regarding systematic, disinformation and targeting. We're talking about a famous actor, UK actor that hasn't been charged or anything. They're deplatforming, they're devoicing, they try to cancel him. We're talking about Russell, Russell B, right? Without saying, because I'm afraid of YouTube algorithm to cancel this platform as well. They're canceling his brand. and you can read between the lines, like, for stuff that he did like years ago that he confronted, and just basically YouTube banned him for saying, like, because his behavior off the platform that could damage the YouTube community. Like, come on, what's going on here? Cancellation and Me Too policies definitely brewing up to the highest degree again. Like Simon Heron, it's tragic to see, to be honest. Like, we can no longer question certain opinions, and we can no longer question if it doesn't go towards what they are saying to us. But on this channel, you can. We are Realist TV. Any opinion is open. It's freedom of thought, freedom of speech. So big up to you. Smash that like if you haven't. Join if you haven't. Not sure if Ten Hag will play Varane tomorrow. Might save into the match next week. That's what I believe too, Simon. I'm just starting to think that, like, Ten Hag, and just dissect what he said in the press conference. So basically, Ten Hag said that he's the latest one that just came back from injuries. Like, so I don't think he will feature, and I don't think we need him against Burnley. They have the key striker target, the Starlet boy, suspended as well. So I'm pretty much sure they are playing a sort of under company, kind of a possession-based football or transition-based football. But tomorrow, I can't see them attacking us. I can't see. And if they're missing that star boy in it, I can't remember what was his name. Jesus Christ, help me in the VR room. What was his name? The injured guy. Yeah, anyway. So I see us more like, pin them back, and they'll probably park the bus. So in my lineup, I can see, like, Ericsson still get a run of form, like, as a register, like, to be more of a technical. Doesn't need to run much, but I don't know. It's Ten Hag. We don't know which team selection is going to pick, but he's definitely out for a vengeance. Onana. Yes, they asked about Onana as well, Sim. Of course, the press had to ask about Onana. Is Amrabat back tomorrow? Yes, he is. By the sounds of it, he looks like he's going to be part of the squad. At least that's what I was kind of trying to read between the line in this press conference. David, welcome to the stream as well. Lindelof can play fullback. Yes, he can as well. But that is emergency, David. Last resort, to be honest. Sim, what you saying? Discroll is it the new head of the sick bay? Yes, Discroll, yes, true. Thank you for reminding me, and thank you for contributing, Sim. Big up for you. Simon Heron is saying RG sometimes has come out today and the press about Anthony. Apparently, his driver made a statement saying a woman was bruised after with Anthony. Well, this is just hearsay. Just hearsays. That's the thing. Like, it's character assassination at a full degree. Like, we've seen this happening, in open daylight. Like, and it's so sad to see that, the person hasn't even had a chance to have a trial or to, until everyone is pointing the fingers, like, and then you go after the money. It's character assassinations. This is the new way of destroying a person, a celebrity. Like, it doesn't matter if you're guilty or not guilty. Like, as soon as the press is pointing the finger, that's game over, Red Rover. Like, it's really sad. And this is exactly what's going on with Ten Hag as well. Character assassination. Like, they're starting with the leaks, they're starting with the dressing room arrest, they're starting with everything. And at the end of the day, the Glazers are planting out all the stories, like, to do a character assassination against Ten Hag. So if we are doing the Glazer out protest, we need to sort of amplify this also to include "Don't touch my manager." Pretty much, you cannot win this time either, like 100%. And big up for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer that gave a little bit snippets, but it was so polite. They didn't, the NDA of his, gag order has kind of expired. He could have gone more harsher on him, but that's not just who Ole is. He's a very, very polite man, if you remember. Like, he's a yes man, but he gave a little bit away about snippets about, not getting his targets what he wanted was overruled. And, they gave him he was ordering a Big Mac supersized meal. They gave him a Happy Meal with the toy. What are you going to do with that? Yeah, you're giving up on this. Well, stay resolute. Let's just hope that it is a mad world that we're living in. It's a clown show at the moment, but hey, we just have to stay strong as United, as a community fan. We are here for footballing matters, but everyday life affects us. What's going on out there, and if you control media, you control information. Why is United getting so more injuries than most? It's getting ridiculous. Jeff Steele. Well, it's coming down to United played the most games last season than anyone else. Like we were in every cup competition. We played 3 games a week. We had 4 weeks of rest, and we went on the PR tour. We accumulated 60 hours of traveling up and down the state and back to certain events. And we played AstroTurf, and AstroTurf is really harsh on your ligaments and everything else. So that is kind of the reason why it's called fatigue and muscle injuries. We haven't seen muscle injuries and strains since a very long time. And anyone that goes to the gym, like you don't go if you train 5 times a week, right? You don't go and lift heavy, every session. If you do so, it's called overtraining. You're going to end up with muscle injuries. So you got to do variations, and it's all down to also how you as individual recover, sleep, eat properly. You got to take care of your body as well. And then you have some certain physios that's there to advise you and help you, right? And good to see that we are actually getting some physios in that know this stuff as well. Madhouse, welcome to the stream as well. Good to see you, my friend. RB should be banned from simply being unfunny. No, don't ban RJ. Welcome to the stream, Madhouse. How are you doing? Madhouse, everyone is laughing at you. Big up community. How many likes do we have on this video? Don't be like greedy glazes. We're 40 minutes into the stream. Get those likes up, please. I'm doing this for the community. Lyle Foster was suspended. 100%. That is the name. Lyle Foster is suspended. So I have a sneaky feeling that he will line up with the same lineup as Bayern Munich, to be honest, and just have Amrabat in the squad. He will have Mason Mount in the squad as well, and then they will come off the bench. That's what I believe. Big up, Billy the Kid. Big up, big up, big up. Yes. Barman, what you saying? The conference was short. Yeah, it didn't get much. There was 15 minutes of conference, short and sweet. I did not hear what it was. There was an embargo section. If they're making that short, there might be a longer release, but it was short and sweet, 100%. There was a few gossip questions asked and a few proper footballing questions. Billy Connolly, what you're saying? Simon Heron is a legend. Big up to you. Anyway, guys, let us know what you guys are thinking. Who do you think will line up tomorrow? It is so hard to predict. Sometimes we wish we were a fly in the wall of Erik ten Hag's office to understand. We never get the prediction right. We can never understand, but hopefully, we are going there to smash Burnley, guys. Big up to all of you for coming in for this stream, and we should definitely see what you guys are saying. Before I close the shop, I get so angry when I constantly see supporter United fans continue to assassinate players. We should back these guys through thick and thin, and after we are Manchester United divided, 100%. I'm tired of it too. I've been trying deliberately to stay away from social media because I don't, at the end of the day, you read all this and it kind of gets to you, right? And you kind of trying to understand, what are you thinking? Haven't you seen this script before, right? It's been 6 managers now with Erik ten Hag since we sacked, David Moyes. That didn't last long. But since then, we had Louis van Gaal, who was a pedigree award-winning CV as well. Then we have Jose Mourinho. That didn't work as well. He got sacked. Then we got Ole Gunnar Solskjaer because he was a yes man. It was something that fans could relate to. The guy that won us the Champions League, the late goal 1999. You know what I mean? All that stuff. So, but it was wrong to point Ole in certain ways. And then he got a second in the COVID Cup. You know what I mean? There was no grounds. There was no pressure. There was no fans in the grounds. But as soon as the fans came back to the stadium, Ole lost his job, and yeah, he got Cristiano Ronaldo that he didn't wish for, but that was forced upon him as well. But he did get rid of Lukaku, so that was a good job as well. Lukaku seems to be a bad apple, and we see what's going on with Lukaku. He's back with Jose Mourinho at Roma. Anyway, media is against us. They've always been, RJ. Always been. And VR as well. Big up, Peter. Peter, what you're saying? It's like going to the pub. I always start off with a whiskey, then move to the pints. Whatever rocks your boat, Peter. Whatever rocks your boat. Whatever you say. Willie Connolly is saying the media totally wet wipes, trying to turn the attention away from the ownership. True. But they are probably getting funded by the PR machine of the Glazers. You get stories coming out from the the board camp, and of course Manchester United have a PR agencies that are kind of working with the Glazers and the boards to give certain journalists the gravy train, right? But as soon as we get new ownership, we get a totally new disciplined PR staff, and everyone's going to go. And this is what we need as a club. We need to sort of see it for what it is. Don't fall for the trap again. They're not going to sack the manager, sixth manager in that case. Like, we got to stop for it, because if we fall for this trap, people, we will not be anywhere within 10 years, because the cycle will repeat itself. So we need to get consistent. Bang your drum on social media, whatever accounts you have, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, whatever you have. Just spread the awareness. Like, don't hashtag don't touch Eric Tenhag, or whatever we can create. Like, we need to create a campaign. Like, if we can do, like, Glazers out, we can definitely do, like, Tenhag, don't touch my Tenhag, to be honest. Barman, I don't see any other manager that could come in and make a difference. It ain't matter even if you get a Pep Guardiola in, he will also be sacked after 18 months. That's just proof in the pudding. Like, we had Van Gaal, we had Mourinho, we had all the best managers. Now we have one of the best managers in Europe as well with Ten Hag. But Ten Hag also needs to learn his in-game management, because we got to critique that as well. Like, you got to do substitutions earlier. Of course, we don't select the team. Ten Hag selects the team, but sometimes you got to play with what you got, and sometimes you have to play whoever is fit for the occasion, to be honest. Big up to all of you guys. Thank you for coming in, sharing the likes and love. Spread up the positivity. Hope we feel a little bit more positive that we can go in and do a job at Turf more. Simon Heron, yes, I can see you. I'm getting a lot of DMs here coming in from my WhatsApp as well, which is distracting me. The scenario of British media, like the movie A Clockwork Orange, 100% 97 by Stanley Kubrick. What a movie. That was a weird one, right? Or like, the Sixth Sense, I see dead people. Fifth Sense, do we see dead people, right? We've seen this script before, like. So big up to you, Barman, as well, all the way from Canada as well. Guys, you've been amazing for all this support. I have nothing more to add on, unless you want to have said something. Like, I just came in to do the live coverage in summarizing that. If we summarize the press conference, it looks like we have some injury boosts. Varane looks like he's fit. Will he feature? Will he be on that bench? Highly doubtful, but positive. It looks like Mason Mount will be part of the traveling squad with Sophie and Amrabat. So that is massive, massive, massive boost. And I cannot wait to see what Amrabat is all about. Listen, guys, stay tuned. Like this video, subscribe, tell people about this channel, and come back for more. Definitely come back for more, because big up to all of you. Love and like. Glazers out, bankers out. This has been Mick Ruby from Mufc Realist TV. Glory, glory, Manchester United, what Jeff Steele is saying. We're going to finish up with that note. Glory, glory, Manchester United. Back the manager, back this team, support this team. We need this win, people. We need to stay positive, and we will get we will batter them tomorrow. Big up to all of you. Thank you for coming in. We should speak to you very, very soon. Take it easy. Bye for now.
That's all, folks.
Thank you so much for stopping by and watching Mufc Realist TV. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and follow us on the socials.